This is a Saberforge Sentinel Shoto lightsaber. This is one of the older designs of the Sentinel Shoto, so Saberforge currently still sells Sentinel Shoto. It just has a few different design features to it. So just keep that in mind as you're watching. Now you can see that the lightsaber I have here is all black, so it has this kind of tactical look to it, a little bit of a dark side feel to it. The finish of the lightsaber is black, and then we also have this black wrap at the bottom. It has this texture to it. It's sort of a reptile wrap. I believe that's what Saberforge calls it. So that's pretty sweet. Now, if we move to the top, we certainly have this red blade. The red blade's very complementary to the black, and it kind of reinforces this, concept of it potentially being a dark side type of lightsaber. So we have these gorgeous windows at the top of the, kind of in the midsection. So they're these long vertical slots with these rounded off ends. They have this sort of stadium shape to them. And it's a bit like the Death Star corridor, right? Which is kind of a common shape we'll see in lightsabers and different kind of Star Wars themed things. So that's a pretty nice touch. And we have these kind of small grooves in this area as well. And so it's a little bit kind of tapered. And then below that we have some additional grooves, and these would be great for customizing if you wanted to kind of weather the lightsaber and maybe add some different coloring to it or add some type of O-rings. This would be a great section for that. And just the different texture also adds kind of a nice visual interest to it. Below that we have a bit of a taper. It could sort of serve as a choke point, although it is somewhat narrow. But you could still, it can help you handle the lightsaber a little bit. Below that we have the activation switch. It's just kind of a very basic activation switch. And then here is the recharge port, and I do also have a kill key for this lightsaber, and so when the lightsaber is off, you can kind of put that on there to make the lightsaber look a bit more maybe in universe. And it has this kind of knurled texture to the side, which is pretty sweet too. But we want to keep the lightsaber on for now. Here's the Reptile Rap toward the bottom of the hilt, and then we also have the CoverTech wheel here. Finally, we have this removable pommel. That's how we can access the battery pack. So we can just kind of pull that out, and there's a battery. So this is not ASP compatible, so this hilt is a little bit too thin, so you can't use the different adaptive saber parts with this hilt because it's more basic. But other than that, this is a warrior tier lightsaber, which is just means that it's a stunt saber, so it's a lightsaber without sound. So it's very basic configuration. It has a single color LED. In this case, it has a red LED. But very cool, very basic lightsaber. It's 9 inches long. It is a Shoto lightsaber, so it's kind of a bit smaller than other lightsabers. It's kind of a Yoda style lightsaber in a way, and it's also 1.25 inches in diameter about. So kind of that size, makes it a better one-handed lightsaber. It also makes it a bit more manageable for kids. So it's a fun, very basic lightsaber from Saberforge. So again, this is called a Saberforge Sentinel Shoto lightsaber, and it is retired, or this design is a bit older, I should say. Saberforge does still have this, but they have a few updated design features with it. So here it is, you guys.